Introducing for you the original 2.0. The first one, which is the contender, is this one over here, featuring a slick silver lining to this. The second one features the G10 green lining. It feels almost like micarta, but it's not. And the third one is the titanium. This one is the slickest and the most expensive of all of them. Let's go ahead and review them and see how well the original really is. And best, what is the best original? Well, number 2, the original is better than number 1. And here's why. Now, there is different kind of versions of the original. There is the green edition over here, and you can see how beautiful it actually looks like. Then there is this one over here, which is matte color. I'm not sure exactly what this is intending, the style or anything about that, but this one is interesting too. And for those of you who are big into silver stuff, well, this is the silver edition of the same exact knife too, and it's also an original 2.0. Now let's take a look at all of them, and it's really hard to decide which original you should actually get, because every single one of them has a perk why I like it and why I don't. Now let's go and check all of them out. Here's the other one over here. And what makes the difference between them is slight variations of every single knife. They're just a little different. So for example, this original sports a different kind of a knife here. As you can see, it's not a straight line, because this one is different. This one has a spear. This one does not. So that's the biggest difference between those two. Now, this original right here, this one is micarta. Actually, I think that this one is probably the best one. Why? Because I like micarta. I like the way it actually feels. I like that this gives you a little bit more of a substance. It's not slippery as you hold this. And I do like the point spear. And I think this makes it one of the better versions of the original 2.0. Because of the shape, because of the size, because of the material. It's easy for you to hold this. It's much easy for you to grip this. And this looks just slick. Wow. This is slick. Now, on the other hand, this one over here is almost the same in every sense of the way. It's similar, but we have a little difference between it. First of all, the metal, I like how it feels. I like the metallic feel. What I don't like, that it is much more slippery because it is metal, but it has this sophisticated look to this. On the other hand, we have this one over here. I like the black over here, but this is my least favorite one. Out of all the 3, I could go without this one. Why is that? Because I don't like the way the scale actually looks. It's kind of like goldish, silver kind of a look to this. The knife itself, the shape is just a little weird. So this one is the least of my favorite of the original 2, and it's for a good reason. It just doesn't have the fanciness of the other 2 knives. So that comes down to like, okay, so which one is the one I recommend for you to get? If you're thinking about, well, which original should you get? There's like so many of them over here. And this one comes with a D2. The steel here is D2. This original is 14C228N. Well, this one over here is the S45VN. Yes, this is the best. When it comes to the blade quality, the silver edition is the top notch of this knife. It has the best blade steel. It is the most sophisticated looking, and it actually looks like something that comes down from an Operation movie. Now that doesn't sound good, right? But yeah, I'm not a fan of silver colors in knives, but this one, it just looks, it has this slick look to this. If you're big into silver and you like those kind of knives, then this is the one for you to get. This has the best blade steel. It also has the axis open. All of them have the axis open, but it also is the most slickest one out of all of those, and it makes such a good sound, such a satisfying sound, opening, closing with the spring when you go about. And even this one, that just doesn't have it. See, it doesn't have that sound. It doesn't have the full spring sound. This one does. This one has, whoa. The sound is just unbelievable. I like it. And this one is definitely their coolest one. If you want the coolest knife around, this is the coolest looking. This is the slickest looking. This is the best one. The original 2 is number uno. This is the number uno you're supposed to get. The second best one is this one over here. And it got no hot spots. Absolutely not. No hot spots. You're just pressing on it and there was no hot spots. The inches wise over here, this is like 3.2 of an inch. If you really measure it by the clockwork over here, by the line. If you don't measure it by the line, you just measure it straight across, it's about 3 inches. But this one is number 2. Second best one out of all the originals. Actually, it's hard. It's really a hard choice when it comes to the originals, which is the best one. And I am still thinking between them. The one I know that I don't like is this one. So, that being said, that makes it easier of a choice because now I only have to pick between those two. I don't have to pick this one. But that's the way about this knife. It's so cool that you'll be like, okay, which one is the best one out of all 3 originals? You're not picking if you should get this knife. You're thinking about which one is the best one for you to get it. And with that being said, all the originals are just awesome. And especially the original 2 silver edition. Top notch.